Hi, John. Thank you so much for being with me today.
Hi, Jody. Glad to be with you.
Thank you so much. I wanted to just touch base, and I have a few questions that have come up from constituents. And I thought you, as a person who has been in office for a long time and who is now retiring and maybe has some lessons learned looking back, I thought maybe you'd be a person that can help me shed some light on some of the concerns coming up. Is that okay?
That's fine. Sure. We'll give it a go.
Great. So, a couple of people have actually asked me about my endorsements from across the dais and from Catherine Barger. And, you know, some of the concern has been that maybe I was approached to run for city council instead of the other way around. And I tried to explain that this is really something that I've wanted to do since I ran for school board 2 years ago. And after getting involved in the community activities with Rotary and Duarte Chamber of Commerce and different community clubs, that I learned that I thought I'd be able to make a bigger impact on city council. So I was actually the one who approached you and the city council members to run. So I think their concern is that this is more of me coming in with some sort of agenda and alliance with people across the dais. And I want them to have their mind at ease that it was actually me who came up with the idea and that I'm in this for the right reasons and I'm here for the community and for my family. So what would you say to the constituents just on that piece of it alone?
Well, I've worked with a lot of council members over the period of time for really now over half my life, 33 years. I think it's more than time for me to move on and give somebody else a crack at this. But I think, the reality is, I know in your case, you contacted me and had an interest in running. And I think, as people talk about this, I know there's just been a talk, well, my endorsements are all within District 3 or they come from other areas. You're not running to be the council member of the mayor of District 3. You're running to be a council member in the city of Duarte representing District 3. So as you want to accomplish other things on behalf of not only District 3, but the city we all live in, you want to have a good working partnership with those on the dais as well as other regional leaders. So I think from that standpoint, it does become important. If for whatever reason they feel they have more confidence working with you, which I think in this case, you have the majority, both of people serving today as well as people that will be serving. In some cases, like in my own district, there's a difference. I think that is an indication that people should consider, because I think whoever your council member is, you want them to be as effective as possible, but they don't implement policy by themselves. They need to build coalitions and trust and work with people. So from that standpoint, having the support of others who are currently serving, who have seen the work that you've done, I think is something that as a voter, I would want to certainly consider, knowing that, there are issues that pertain to the whole city, but in some ways, maybe even more so in District 3, that you want and have the expectation that your representative will be able to work with their colleagues on the council and regionally to get things done.
Thank you, John. I appreciate it. And that has been what I have conveyed as well. And actually, when I first decided to run, I thought I was in your district. So we learned otherwise in the meantime. But I think it is important to have a trusted and collaborative voice on the dais so that we can accomplish things across the city. So thank you for that.
Well, absolutely. It's not that you're always going to agree with your colleagues. There will be some issues where you differ on, and areas where they're ready to move and areas where you're not ready to move. But I think there's still a basic trust there that everybody has generally the same expectations and goals for what they want to do, and recognizing that, it's not a dictatorship. It is ultimately a collaboration of a team that sits on a dais that you try and work with to try and get things done. It's not the most efficient, but that's one of the prices of democracy.
Right, right. Well, thank you so much. I truly appreciate the endorsements from everyone on the dais, and I look forward to collaborating. And while we might not always agree on everything, I feel that it'll be a respectful and trustworthy way of looking at things across all of the districts. So thank you
Absolutely.
for that.